Ciao guys, and welcome back to Refeel Yoga. Today I would like to introduce you one of the pillars of the teaching of Tantra. One of the secrets, if we talk in a yogic way, because you know the oral transmission of the teaching, especially in Tantra, most of the time was secret. So today we will know the secret of sublimation. Sublimation is one of the secrets of the Tantra teaching. The Tantra teaching nowadays are very amplified, and most of the people connect the word Tantra with sexuality. It's not that in Tantra we don't use sexuality, but we embrace the sexuality like part of the life, like a prayer for the divine or for our state of consciousness. And we can do many hours of yoga on the mat, so asana, many hours of meditation, many hours of repetition of the mantra, the use of the fire and the agni to purify. There are many different techniques, and the word Tantra is so complex that eventually it's a style of life. It's a way to embrace the life, to look at the life. If we want to go a little bit more deep on the aspect of Tantra, usually in the teaching we know that there are four big pillars. These four big pillars are consecration, ritual, transfiguration, and sublimation. If you want to go more deep on the topic, Andrew have a nice video that you can go through the explanation of all the four stages. Today I want to just talk with you about sublimation. There are many different levels to think about this word. Essentially what we want to create is the sublimation of the gross energy to a more subtle energy. What means this? That when we work with chakra in Tantra, with these three low chakra that are more easy to charge, more easy to feel, and it's more gross energy, it's more simple energy. And when we go up to the other chakra, this energy become more subtle, more refined. And the idea is the sublimation is to move this gross energy through up, so transform the gross energy in subtle energy, and then eventually use this subtle energy for higher purpose or higher intention. So there are different levels and different ways to sublimate the energy. And of course, more deep you will go in the practice, and more there are refined technique, there are mudra, there are meditation that bring you in this state of sublimation. But in a very simple way, and in a way that everybody can do, there is this idea to really move the energy from down to upward, okay? So most of the time when we do the class based on the chakra, mostly all the yoga class are moving energy. But for simplify, in this moment we talk about yoga on the mat using the chakra. There are class, we just see, I just give you a full week of class based only on one chakra, where we go maybe to observe the deep aspect of each chakra, to observe the deep and different layer of the chakra. And then when we call the Tantra Yoga class, eventually what we do is start from the base and go up, a kind of awakening or stimulation of each chakra. So we do a pose or a technique for the awakening and the stimulation of each chakra. To then eventually, when we are in this alignment and these openings of the chakra, use in the end always a meditation or a pranayama or a technique like today I will introduce you, to sublimate the energy from down to upward, to move the energy from down to upward. Because the low chakra are more simple, somehow, it's more easy for us to feel the energy there than to feel the energy at this level. So eventually, again, when we do this kind of class, usually we spend more time at this level to accumulate energy, to create this feeling of energy, and then transform and move this energy up. In this, I will slightly and fast introduce the idea of sexuality, is that when we use the sex to create energy at this level, it will be very fast and very easy for everybody, almost everybody, to understand that something is going on. And then again, use this energy for a high purpose, because we will raise up and change and transform this energy. So one of the easy techniques, simple technique that I will introduce today is connected with the breathing and the visualization of the energy again that from down will come up. I like always to use this example because for me it's very simple to understand. It's like if we have a bottle, a plastic bottle, okay, with some water inside. And when we put this water inside, we arrive almost in the end, okay, not completely full, almost in the end. And if we squeeze the bottle with the water inside, the effect that we will obtain is that the water will come out and will, split. If we squeeze very strong and very fast, the water will probably, come up with some kind of power and create this effect of fontaine. This fountain. This effect like a fountain. So I always like to bring this, image and think about like if we are this container where the energy come in and it's in one point we are full of energy, like squeeze the muscle, squeeze the bandana. Now I will teach you how. And created this effect of the energy that come up to the spine in the center of the body. And then eventually, if we have this power to really squeeze and this amount of energy, have this effect of the energy come up of our head and create this circle of energy all around us. And only to talk about that, I feel already goosebumps. Because if we practice this, if we learn how to move the energy with the help of the breathing, with the help of the imagination, because, for example, I'm very visual, or with, anyway, the help of the bandha, and we practice, in one day, this movement of the energy will be more natural for us, and we will not need to put so much effort to move the energy from down to upward. What means this? Means that when we will be in our daily life and this chakra will be constantly charged, because when we go to sleep we charge Muladhara, when we do sex we charge Svadhisthana, when we eat we charge more Manipura. This energy is constantly come. The whole universe is full of energy, so we are always, also when we breathe, we introduce energy in our body. We are energy. But if we learn how to move this energy from down to upward, and we start to transform this energy in something more subtle, more refined, like love, like the truth or the intuition and the knowledge, and use this energy for big project or for create something in our life, it will be an amazing way to live this life. And again, the practice, like everything, more we practice and then more we become good, the more we become easy to do this. It's like if I go to running today, I will running maybe for 3 meters and then I will be out of breath and I will be completely tired on the road. But I'm sure that if I start to go every day and practice, maybe in a couple of months I will running for 1 hour, maybe in a couple of years I will running for 12 hours. And this is the same in everything we do, in any practice, in any skill that we want to reach in our life or we want to perfectionate. And it's the same for yoga, meditation, and it's the same for the life. If we learn how to live this life in a high state, we will embrace the life in a completely different way. And we will go with the flow and we will appreciate everything that happens around us. And this is one of the big secrets of the Tantra teaching. We live the life fully, with the idea that everything is God, and everything is amazing, and everything is a game at the same time. Great, so today we will see how to practice this technique of sublimation, and usually it's suggested to do this kind of technique in the end of the yoga class, again because maybe we have more energy accumulate, or just because maybe we will be more attuned with ourselves and more sensitive at the movement of the energy in our body. But eventually, again, as soon as we understand and feel and experience the energy move in your body, you can use this practice in any time, in any moment, everywhere, and eventually sometime it will happen naturally with no any effort from yourself. If you just feel the energy move up, one of the great examples of the energy move from down to up, especially for women, it's during the orgasm, and we have really this feeling of energy moving. But this is something that as soon as we really learn how to listen our body, how to feel our body, the energy moving, it will be very simple to move the energy and to sublimate the energy. We see how to performance this technique of sublimation. We start always with a moment of awareness. We bring awareness to our body, to our mind, and we try to be present. And again, for this reason, it's much better to do in the end of the class, because maybe we are already entering this state of pratyahara, where we are more inside than outside. We are more close with our sense inside and really attuned with our inner self. Anyway, we bring this moment of attention inside. Eventually, we can focus also on the area that of Sahasrara. It's a couple of centimeters out of our head in this area. Like we create this pile of energy around us. And then we start to inhale very deep and very slow through the nose, and we really can imagine to absorb the energy from the air and come into the nostril, go down. Of course, refill completely the lung, but we really imagine that this energy go down until the area of the sacrum, the perineum, and the anus, where is the connection with the floor. And we inhale until we are completely full of air. With the air inside, we go in a full retention. And when we will be in a full retention, what do? Before we have this attention in this triangle of the base, and then we start to squeeze the anus and squeeze the energy and squeeze the muscles here. Like, again, if we want to squeeze the bottle and make this water, this energy come up and eventually come outside from the center of the head. So it's really this squeezing, and we can also induce some movement in the body. Depends, everybody is very different. So check if, for me, for example, I really have this kind of motion, this kind of movement where I feel it really squeeze, and I try to bring up this energy until the moment that I really feel that it come out of my head. And we repeat this squeezing, a full retention until the moment that, of course, we need to exhale. So when it's this moment, we come back straight, we release the muscle, and we exhale very gently and slowly through the mouth. We stay a couple of seconds, if it's possible, a little bit more also, in a void retention with no air in. And just again try to observe what happens. And then we start again. We inhale very deep, we make the air come in, the energy come in, we go down, full retention, squeeze the energy up, squeeze the energy up, squeeze the energy up. And I like to visualize this energy move from down to up, and the movement of the body. Use any tools, use any things, give you this feeling, this effect of transmutation of the energy, of sublimation of the energy, movement of the energy. There will be some of you that is more visual and will happen more with the visualization. There will be people that like more the movement. There will be people that are so sensitive to the energy inside that just stay in and they will feel the energy move up, just with a slight squeezing of the hands and contraction of this area. So it will be very different, and it will be very different also day by day, moment by moment. Depends where we are, what we have hit, which temperature is outside, many things. But this again, it's a way to experience the movement of the energy. And remember that the experience is the only way that we have to learn and grow and evolve. Because also if I stay here and tell you and give any detail about what I feel and what is for me and how to do it, until the moment that you will not try and not experience, you will not really grasp, no, will not really understand 100% what I'm talking about. It's like, everything. We need to practice. So I suggest you really find a way. Try. One time we try with the movement. One try with visualization. One try only with the, really feeling and the attunes and see what happens. Until the moment that you feel this clear, this energy that from down come up. Usually you will practice for maybe minimum 5-10 minutes. Like as usual suggest is 20 minutes. And when you stop, take always a moment of meditation. This is essential part, because if you do this practice and then you rush immediately in something different, you will lose part of the effect. At least this is my experience. Maybe for some of us it's okay, but I suggest you, especially when we start to this kind of technique, to really finish with at least 5 to 10 minutes of meditation, because it's in this moment that the effect will happen. During the practice, we are induced this movement, we are created this movement, we are trying to visualize and move and done. Then when we stop, there are big chance that the energy is still going. The movement of the energy is still going, and if we are enough, in tune with ourselves, we will have the big chance to really feel this transmutation of the energy, this sublimation of the energy, and eventually enter in a state of deep meditation, eventually enter in a state of bliss, pleasure, and eventually enter in a state of illumination. So take really time to close the practice. It's not the practice and then I finish, it's the practice. I like see that it's the same thing. It's part of one of the steps of this technique, is the breathing, the movement, and the meditation in the end that will give you this effect, this experience. One of the physical sensation that can happen and can give you a kind of sign that something happens is a goosebump. And when goosebump happens, usually it's a sign that the energy are moving inside. It's not only this, there will be people that will never have the feeling of goosebump at the physical level, but they will feel the energy flow inside very strong. And usually it's the people that are more airy people that don't really feel at the physical level, but inside they are like, whoo, and they space out very fast. And usually the people that are more earthy, more grounded, they have more effect at the physical level. Sometimes you will see also, people really shake it a lot or have big movement because maybe are more physical, and when the energy is moving, it's like more, shake it and move. This is not means that one is better than the other one. It's just different ways to move the energy. And now I tell you the two extreme. In the middle there are all the rainbow of possibility and all the infinite chance and feeling. Great. I hope that this explanation was enough clear to make you practice, try, and again experience this amazing state of bliss and the sublimation of the energy. So we try a couple of rounds together, and then I will let you try and see how it's going. And I suggest you to try this practice again in the end of any yoga class. Also, if you do the class that is only based on one chakra, it's okay, because it's like if you charge one spot, and then you have this effect of sublimation and transmutation of the energy. Great. So we start in a sitting position, spine straight. Remember the base, always comfortable position, spine straight, shoulder down, chin parallel to the floor. And because we are not doing any practice before, we start like if it's a pranayama, so 3 deep inhalation and forceful exhalation, just to bring back our mind at the present moment. And then again, we have a moment of awareness of the energy around, especially in this area. We inhale very deep through the nose, full retention. We bring the attention down in the area of Muladhara chakra, in the area of the sacrum, the base, and we start to squeeze the energy and image energy that come up, and come up. Use a sound, use music if you want, use visualization, movement of the body, wherever is helpful to move the energy up. When is enough, release the muscles and exhale very gently, slowly through the mouth. Take a moment and then start again. So inhale deep through the nose, exhale to the mouth. Last time. Inhale. Take a moment of awareness, moment of presence. Exhale completely. Inhale slowly through the nose. Feel the air come in, full yogic pranayama, so your cage become big, clavicular area come up, and when we are full of air, make this energy come down in the area of the sacrum, and then we start to squeeze, and image the energy that come up, and eventually up a couple of centimeters out of your hand. And all this in a full retention, okay? When it's enough, come back to the center, release completely the anus, and exhale gently, slowly through the mouth. If you can, a couple of seconds in void retention, I suggest you to take it also this moment. And then again, inhale deep. Hold the breath. Squeeze, 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 and squeeze. And when it's enough, release and exhale. And again. And then gently, slowly come back to the natural flow of the breath. Keep your eyes closed. And again, take this moment to observe the effect of this technique, this sublimation of the energy, and have the chance to observe the energy that's still moving with no any physical effort, just this automatic or natural flow of the energy from down to upward. Really, again, enter in connection with yourself, and again, and enter in the state of deep meditation. Observe the effect of the sublimation, transmutation of the energy, a state of bliss. And with this, we conclude this teaching class. Thank you. Namaste. If you have any question, you can write us. We'll be always available to answer to you. And if you like, remember to subscribe and share. Thank you. Bye bye.